Welcome to the family, right where you belong. Welcome to the family, you are not alone. If you got a broken heart, if you need a brand new start, just trying to find your way back home. Welcome to the family, welcome to the family, you're right where you belong.
Welcome to the family. You're right where you belong. You are not alone. If you got a broken heart, if you need a brand new start, just trying to find your way back home. Welcome to the family. You're right where you belong. If that doesn't communicate the mode and the mood and the reality of this place, I don't know what does. Welcome to the family. To us, of course, that means a family of faith. Those that believe, those that used to believe, those that would like to believe but are struggling. Wherever you are in life, our prayer is that this place feels like family to you. Some of you are going, but I don't really like my family. We'll talk later. But happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers. The first thing we want to do, again, is pause and say thank you to our mothers. Thank you, moms, for all the wonderful things that you have and continue to do for us. Thank you. Thank you for all those precision diaper changes, high-speed spit-up cleanups, and those saliva-washed faces. Thank you for those special, special moments that never would have been possible had you not held our gum. Remember that? It's the kids, that's the kids' version of hold my beer. Hold my gum, Mom. Today is your day, the day that we specifically and intentionally say thank you. Thank you for being the designated projectile vomit collector, the snotty nose wiper, the 3 a.m. washer of sheets and pajamas, and for your magically healing our scrapes and boo-boos with your mysterious kiss. Thank you for driving us to school yet again because we missed the bus for the 900th time. Thank you for enduring all of those cold, rainy football games in the stands. Today we say thank you. Thank you, Mom. Thank you for believing in us and inspiring us to finish things that we weren't convinced we were even capable of starting, let alone finishing. Maybe one of the most heartfelt is, Mom, thank you for not believing us. Thank you for not believing us when we said those horrible 3 words, I hate you. We really didn't. Thank you, Mom, for smiling with us in the good times and holding us in the bad. Thank you for being you. Mom, we love you.
For all the moms who raised us up, gave us love, and made us strong. For the praying moms who don't always know what to do, but always know who to talk to. For the hurting moms who've loved and lost, but never given up. For those who never got called mom, but who cared for us all like a mom would. For the young moms who became moms sooner than expected and gave it all they had. For the single moms who tirelessly and courageously learned how to do this on their own. For the stepmoms, foster moms, and adoptive moms who rose to the occasion and loved us well, For all the mother figures who opened up their hearts and their homes again and again, thank you. For teaching us how to walk, how to learn, and how to make a difference. For taking care of us when you barely had enough time to take care of yourself. For comforting us when we felt alone and afraid. For lifting us up when others put us down. For the rides, the meals, the laundry, and the birthday parties. For the years, tears, laughter, and love. It's not enough, but we want to say thank you.
Thank you, moms, for being our moms. We really want you to know that we know being a mom, not so easy. We know and want you to know that being a mom is hard work. So today is Mother's Appreciation Day, your special day for us as your children to say thank you. You know, I've always said that if it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't be here today. Clearly, that's on a couple of levels. One, well, you know, but I can't tell you the other. How many times my mom, it's incredible, she would sit down next to me and she would just kind of gaze into my eyes and gently touch my cheek and say, "Son, I brought you into this world and I will take you out." For many of us, our moms have been our inspiration, our encouragement, our comfort, our stability. Moms are often the ones to help us, I don't know if this is a word, de-delude. So what's the right word? De-delude. Not be deluded about reality. You can edit that out later. Our misguided understanding of reality, right? In fact, a lot, if not most, of what I really needed to know, I learned from my mom. Let me give you a few examples. My mother taught me logic. If you fall off that swing and break your neck, you can't go to the store with me. Yeah. And of course, the classic, you know, if everyone else jumps off the cliff, would you jump too? And I said, if I had a parachute. My mother taught me humor. Humor. Other than every time we were in a car and she had an ice cream cone when I was little, she would intentionally pretend to let it bounce up and hit her nose just to make me laugh. But she taught me humor by saying, when that lawnmower cuts your toes off, don't come running to me. My mother taught me about receiving because she would say, you're going to get it when we get home. And then when we get home, she would teach me the angst of anticipation by saying, you just wait till your father gets home. And now that I am a father, my very favorite thing that Mom ever taught me, that I have passed on, she taught me about justice. She said, one day you will have kids, and I hope they act just like you do. Yes, it came true. The truth is, the command to honor our mother comes from God Himself. So I titled today's conversation, today's talk, Wow, now that's a godly mama. And I got this idea for today's message from 2 Timothy 1:5, where we are clearly able to see the generational impact that starts with one person and goes to the next and the next and the next. When one godly mother decides to stand up, stand firm, and decides she's walking with God, and then the next thing you know, generations later, it has continued. But before we look at Tim's story, let me ask you this. Do you think that godly mothers are rewarded for their godliness? Do you think godly mothers are blessed for having been a blessing? Let's see what our text says. 2 Timothy 1:5 says, I have been reminded of your sincere faith. Which first, so this is where it starts, right? Which means if this was the first, the person before may not have been doing things right. There may have been an unhealthy cycle. Generations before that may have been on an entirely different path. And so it first lived in your grandmother and in your mother. Now, what's interesting is, I don't remember why it's got dots there for later, but you know what their names are? They're the best names. Does anybody remember what the names actually are? It says, I have been reminded of your sincere faith, which first lived in your grandmother Lois. Can't you just picture grandmother Lois in your mind? And your great-grandmother Eunice. I am persuaded now lives in you. Did I confuse you? It started with his grandmother, then his mother, and then him. So Timothy's grandmother lived a godly life, which led to Timothy's mother living a godly life, which then led to Timothy himself living a godly life, being a godly man, and actually being a key part of the early church. So clearly, there is something so incredibly powerful about having a living example before you day after day, a role model of what it looks like to live a godly life. Especially, and sometimes when I'm talking and you see me close my eyes, it's because I'm seeing things, memories of when I was young and really, if Mom hadn't stepped in, if Mom hadn't said what she said, if Mom hadn't written what she wrote, especially when we're young, we need that living life example in front of us so we can literally see someone living a godly life, making decisions that honor God, decisions that may confuse the people around her, but she knows in her heart she's doing what God called her to do. We need to physically see those basics of godly behavior. We need someone who will walk by our side and guide us through this chaotic, crazy maze that we call life. We need moms who actively demonstrate God's love and God's grace, and yes, especially God's patience. And that's why, as your children, we want you to know we have heard you praying over and over, God, give me patience with that boy. And so as your children, we consider it our duty to present you with countless opportunities to practice godly patience in the face of our behavior. But godly moms are disciple makers who see and seize opportunities to have faith conversations, right? To turn what could be a bad moment into a learning moment, a God-building moment, to hand down their faith to the ones that they love. This next statement is this quote. I can't figure out, I don't know for sure who wrote it, but it says, mothers write on the hearts of their children what the rough hands of the world cannot erase. Just absorb that for a moment. For me, that quote really hit home. And this is the story that Timothy was able to tell. He had inherited and would continue to be able to tell that story about his mother Eunice and his grandmother Lois. His mom and grandma left what I like to call a lasting legacy. Don't we all want to build a lasting legacy that far exceeds our lifetime on this planet? They served as guides that led Timothy into a relationship with God, which in turn led him again to be a key player in the early church. It's powerful. So Eunice and Lois were godly examples, and they were rewarded for their godliness. They were blessed for being a blessing. So yes, as you can see, there are rewards, but at the same time, we have to be aware, we have to be very, very cautious because, as many of us have discovered, time plays tricks on us. Time has a way of warping our memories. Time passes by. Seasons come and go, and we have to be very, very careful, because if we are not very, very careful, there are true blessings that we will no longer see as the priceless blessings that they truly are. Their pricelessness will begin to fade in our minds. Things like those unexpected hugs from our kids, those special kisses when they're little, and those sparkly eyes as they're coming towards you, those little walks in the yard that led to big, big yawns in your arm. I love those homemade cardstock crayon pictures that they would draw, and oh, the sound of your child's laughter, no matter what age. The sound of your child saying, "I love you," or the sound of your child calling out your name. And what mother doesn't swell up with pride when her child hits a home run or kicks a goal or graduates from college or gets the job they always dreamed of or signed up for the United States Marine Corps, something like that? What mother doesn't swell up with pride knowing that she played a key role in her child's success? The question I invite you to consider on this Mother's Day is this. When you consider your personal role as a mother, your personal role as a grandmother, years from now, will someone be able to write to your son or your grandson and say, "I have been reminded of your sincere faith, which first lived in your grandmother," and you can insert grandma's name, and then in your mother, you can insert mom's name. "And I am persuaded now lives in me." Will someone be able to write that letter, that email, that card to you? Let me shift gears a little bit. There's this fascinating story that really brings this home. Irma Bombeck, and I don't quote her often, but this story is just incredible that she wrote. A true story she wrote about herself. Here it is. Irma Bombeck writes, "For the first 4 or 5 years after I had children, I considered motherhood a temporary condition, not a calling. It was a time of my life set aside for exhaustion and long hours. Surely it would pass. Then one afternoon, with 3 kids in tow, I came out of the supermarket, pushing a cart with 4 wheels that all went in opposite directions, when my toddler son got away from me. Just outside the door, he ran toward a machine holding bubble gum in a glass dome. In a voice that shattered glass, he shouted, 'Gimme, gimme, 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 gimme.' I told him I would give him, all right. I would give him what for if he didn't stop shouting and get in the car. As I physically tried to pry his body from around the bubblegum machine, he pulled the entire thing over. Glass and balls of bubblegum went all over the parking lot, and yes, we had now attracted a quite sizable crowd. I told him he would never see a cartoon again as long as he lived, and if he didn't control his temper, he was going to be making license plates in a factory really soon. He tried his best to stifle sobs as he looked around at the staring crowd. Then he did something that I was to remember for the rest of my life. In his helpless quest for comfort, he turned to the only one he trusted with his emotions. He threw his arms around my knees and held on for dear life. I had humiliated him, chastised him, and berated him, but I was still all he had. That single incident defined my role. I was a major force in that child's life. Isn't that powerful? So yes, I believe godly mothers are blessed for being a blessing. I believe that they are rewarded by God for being godly. Now, here's the amazing thing. Some of these rewards will extend far, far beyond life as we know it. So if perchance you find yourself wanting to rush home and call the Christian Mother's Complaint Hotline because your blessings have not yet arrived, fear not. Fear not, my child. Your good motherly deeds will be rewarded by God, who is the ultimate rewarder. Your efforts to be a godly mother will not be in vain. In fact, for the Christian mother, your greatest, most spectacular reward is yet to come. I want you to imagine this with me. Imagine you're standing on the streets of gold. There are thousands of angels singing praises to God himself. The air is clearer than any air that you have ever breathed. You can see the city off in the distance, and it's true. It's true. It really is made of pure gold with foundations of diamonds that are sparkling in the light of God's sun. You have never felt more alive. You're standing near the pearly gates that lead into that golden city. And as you begin to move forward, from behind, you hear a familiar voice. Hey, Mom, wait up. You turn, and you see your children now fully grown, smiling and laughing and running towards you with arms wide open as they say to you with a gleam in their eyes, and yes, Mom, don't worry, we brought the kids. Generation to generation to generation. Thank you to our moms. Whether you're the first generation to be a godly example to your family or the ninth, thank you. Thank you for being our moms.
Let's go back to that little place where we used to go in the summer days. The lodge by the water, still my favorite place, and I could come every year and it wouldn't change. Do Let's go back to that little place where we used to go in the summer days.
Father, we thank you for our mothers. Whether they are still here with us and we celebrate with them regularly, or if they are already by your side just waiting for us to join them, or maybe we've never had a great relationship with a great mother, but we've had others step in who were our mother when we didn't have a mother. We pray thanks and blessings upon them as well. We also pray, Father, for anyone who here or online who has desperately wanted to be a mother and has never been able to, but others have stepped in. All those relationships I know you use. Providential relationships that allow people to walk together connected towards you and in a deeper relationship with you. We just pause now and say thank you. I pray that our moms and those that step in to be moms today, I just pray that today would be a day of blessing, a day where they just feel a sense of joy and contentment and blessing and sunshine in their soul. May they know that that comes from you. Pray this in Jesus' name.